I was little when the world went quiet. Learned to read fear in a grown man's eyes. Learned how to disappear inside myself just to make it through the night. They say time heals, but it stays in my bones, in the way I breathe. Some wounds don't fade, they just learn how to sleep. The years stay. Even when I grew, every room still remembers what I went through. I forgave to survive, not to let it replay. I move forward, but the years stay. I remember loving what hurt me, because I didn't know another way. I remember wanting to be chosen just to feel okay, yeah. I remember telling the truth and losing everything I knew. I didn't break because I was weak, I broke because it was too much to hold. The years stayed in my voice and my skin, in the silence after where the noise had been. I forgave to breathe, not to be brave. I kept living, but the years stayed. They feel my pain like proof, like trauma needs a frame. They ask me to repeat it over and over again. I was a child carrying evidence while they called it justice. I call it surviving. What never should have touched me, now they say his name like it's just a name, like mine wasn't dragged through flame. They asked me to look back, like I didn't fight to move ahead. I don't hate, I'm just tired of being pulled into the past. Some doors aren't locked with anger, they're locked so I can last. The years stay, but I stay too. I learned how to live with what I knew. I don't owe my future to yesterday. I'm still healing, even if the years stay. I'm not broken, I'm still here. And that took every day. I don't need answers anymore. I stopped knocking on locked doors. I laid the weight down at my feet and finally let my shoulders breathe. I don't rewrite what already happened, I just don't live inside it now. Some things don't get forgiveness letters, they get boundaries instead. I don't chase justice in my sleep, I don't explain what I don't need. I don't look back to prove my pain, I know my truth, I kept my name. I choose quiet, I choose calm, I choose mornings without alarm. I choose peace, I had to fight for. I don't carry this no more. I choose laughter, I choose light, I choose me every time. I don't know the past or sound, I choose choose quiet now. I made a home inside my chest, where fear don't get a key. I let go of what I couldn't fix, and what was never meant for me. I don't flinch when the phone rings, I don't brace for impact now. I learned the power of walking away and not explaining how. I don't need closure from the truth. I lived it, that's my proof. I don't hate, I just won't stay where peace is always delayed. I choose quiet, I choose calm, I choose rest inside my arms. I choose peace, I had to learn from every lesson that I learned. I choose softness, I choose space, I choose grace that feels safe. I don't know the past my breath, I choose myself. Peace ain't pretending it didn't hurt. Peace is knowing I survived it first. Peace ain't silence, it's control of what gets access to my soul. Break, survive the storm, I don't live in it. I choose quiet, I choose now. I choose the life I'm building out. I don't revisit yesterday just to prove that I'm okay. I choose freedom, I choose ground, I choose love that won't break down. I don't know the past or sound, I choose quiet now. Still healing, still whole. Don't call my phone with your emergency, like I didn't live in one for half my life. Don't say his name like it's neutral to me, like it don't come with a knife. You want decisions, signatures, mercy, like I wasn't silent, small and hurt deep. You got the nerve to say family after he made a battlefield of me. You see an old man, I see a crime. You see regret, I see my time, stolen years you can't rewind. So don't put this on my spine. Don't call me for closure, don't call me for peace, don't call me to clean up what he did to me. I'm not the solution to a problem he made. I survived the damage, I don't owe him grace. He didn't stumble, he didn't slip. This wasn't a moment, this was a choice. While I learned fear before alphabet, he learned how to threaten my voice. You talk about age, you talk about fate. Where was the mercy when I begged to be safe? You want me calm, you want me kind. I had to grow up before my time. I've been strong since I was small. I've held weight that breaks them all. So don't ask me to stand tall for the man who made me crawl. Don't call me for closure, don't call me for peace, don't call me to carry what still carries me. I'm not the answer, I'm not the bridge. I paid enough, just trying to live. Anger don't mean I didn't heal, it means I finally know what's real. It means I stopped protecting lies and started choosing my own life. I said no, that's the sentence, that's the line, that's my right. Don't call me for mercy, don't call me again. I'm not next to kin, I'm the child who lived. I survived the fire, see it today. Told me love could hurt, or strength would feel like this, that I'd miss you just to feed you, and still never miss a kiss. I lost pieces of who I was, trying to keep you warm, but I found a deeper version the day that you were born. They never told me I'd be changed down to my core, that I'd love you even harder when I had nothing left to pour. I broke and healed at the same time. Somehow that's the truth. Every version of me ended the moment I met you. Healing slow, still finding ground, trying to feel like me, but motherhood rewrites your soul into who you need to be. I questioned every choice I made, still I stood my ground, 'cause loving you gave meaning to everything I found. If I ever doubt myself, I just look at you. You're the proof of everything they never told me I could do. I was born where the walls heard screaming, where silence meant something was wrong. Learned how to read grown people's faces before I ever learned a song. Mama crying behind closed doors, brothers learning how to fight, and I learned how to disappear just to make it through the night. Hands I trusted crossed the line, taught my body how to freeze. From 3 to 9 I prayed for angels to come and carry me. I didn't have words for what was happening, just a heart that learned to hide. A child carries secrets she was never meant to survive. They say childhood is golden, but mine felt like a war. I was learning how to survive like before I knew what living was for. How do you learn love when your first lessons were fear? How do you trust touch when it's always unclear? I was surviving before I was grown, bleeding in places nobody knows. I was hurting before love had a name, just trying to escape the pain. At 14 I finally spoke up, let the truth come out my chest. But the people who should protected me turned their backs instead. Family got quiet, rooms got cold, like my pain made them ashamed. Only one who held me tight was my mirror in the rain. She said, baby, this won't break you, You're stronger than what they did. But I still slept with the lights on, still felt like that little kid, still jump when someone raised their voice, still blame myself inside, still thought love was something that you had to earn to survive. How do you learn love when your first lessons were fear? How do you feel safe when danger lived right here? I was surviving before I was grown, praying for peace I'd never known. I was hurting before love had a name, just trying to escape the pain. If I could go back and hold her, that little girl in my skin, I'd tell her none of this was your fault. You didn't invite the sin. You deserve protection. You deserve to be seen. You deserve the childhood, not a life built in between. Now I'm learning love from the inside out, learning I don't have to bleed just to be chosen now. I was surviving, but now I'm alive. Now I'm rewriting every lie. I was hurting before love had a name, but I won't carry that pain the same. Oh, I didn't lose my innocence. It was stolen from me, but I'm giving myself the love I was always meant to receive. Like a aching, no safety net beneath my feet. Running dreams on empty tanks, living off a broken sleep. They don't clap for mothers breaking, they just say that's what you do. So I learned to build a future out of nothing just for you. I'm still standing, barely breathing, but I'm here and that's enough. I've been bent and I've been breaking, but I never gave you up. They don't see the nights I cried or the weight I pushed through daily, but I'm still standing, still surviving, doing everything to raise you.
2 jobs deep, no weekends off, missing moments I can't replace. Still I smile when you run to me, arms wide calling my name. Childcare costs and doctor visits, counting change just to get by. Every sacrifice I make now is the reason you'll fly.
They don't see the strength it takes to keep showing up this way. I was never built for easy, I was built to still standing. No applause, no safety, no escape, just a mother doing everything to make sure you're okay. If love was measured by survival, then mine's unbreakable. I'm still standing, still your shelter, still your miracle. Look at you, standing taller, calling out my name. Every hard night, every tear was never in vain. I remember holding fear before I held your hand. Now I watch you chase the world, and I finally understand. It was worth it every time, every tear, every climb, every moment I survived, just to see you shine. I'd relive it all again. Every scar, every line, being your mom has been worth it every time. I just want my mama when the night gets dark. She my armor. Everybody know I love my mama. She my light, she my woman. I just want my mama, stronger than fear, stronger than drama. Heart beats loud when I call her my mama. She never lies, she makes me strong. Right from wrong, she wakes me up. Happy birthday, makes my whole world feel okay. Gives us love, she gives us time, even when the stars don't shine. Every place that we may be, she's standing right in front of me. When the world feels cold and mean, she the bravest ever seen. If I fall, she pulls me through. My mama always coming through. I just want my mama when the night gets dark. She shadows crawl, but my mama fears no. Oh, she chose me, my sister, my brother. Heart of a fighter, heart of a mother. Hands held tight, I'm not alone. Her love feels like coming home. I just want my mama through the fire, through thunder. Everybody know I love my mama. She my hero, no other. I just want my mama, forever young, growing stronger. Say it loud, I really love you, my mama. Yeah. No matter how big I grow, she my mama, and I already know. Like time stood still, like I ain't bleed for every year they sealed. Say his name like it don't shake my bones, like I wasn't 6 learning how to be grown. They say your family, we need your say. Like family didn't get ripped away, like he wasn't tearing my home. Like I didn't learn fear before. You don't see the nights I still can't sleep. You don't hear the echoes he left in me. Paperwork don't know my pain, but my body remembers his name. I remember everything, every touch, every thread, every scream. I forgave, but I won't forget. That don't mean you get access to me. Don't ask me to save the man who tried to erase the child in me. You call it duty, call it kin. I call it reopening wounds again. I remember being baby girl, but treated like something twisted and wrong. I remember, don't you ever tell, or watch your whole world turn to hell. I remember fist to walls and doors, my mama crying on the floor. Vacations ruin rage on replay, smiles fake just to survive the day. I remember working for nothing, you taking all, calling it love. Change how we ate, how we prayed, but never practiced what you judged. You said your past made it okay, like pain is something you can pass away. They say he's old, he's alone now, like that erases the truth somehow. They asked me to decide his fate, like mine wasn't stolen at an early age. I remember everything, every hit, every lie, every plea. I forgave, but I won't forget. That don't mean you get access to me. Don't ask me to carry the weight of the man who shattered my safety. You call it duty, call it kin. I call it trauma, calling back again. I remember not being believed. I remember hating that it was me. I remember wishing I disappeared just to make the noise stop in my ears. I remember telling it frame by frame, drawing out truth replayed it pain. Courtroom lights, camera still, forced to relive what already killed. And when you finally said it was true, they healed. But I was already bruised, damaged, done, scars to live. I survived things no child should live. So don't ask me why I won't show up. Don't ask me to be the bigger one. I've been big since I was small. I've carried enough, I've carried it all. I remember everything, but I choose peace over suffering. I forgave, but I won't forget. And forgiveness don't mean access to me. I'm not your savior, not your son. I'm not your comfort, not this time. I won't let the past come back again. I survived, I don't know him then. Let it go, don't mean let it in. I choose me, not next again. I was 3 years old with a mouth full of fear. Tried to say his name, but the words weren't clear. I didn't have language, just panic and tears. Tried to tell my mama what was happening here. She slapped my face, told me don't say that. Said I must have seen something I shouldn't have. So I swallowed the truth, learned silence instead. That's the day I was taught to live inside my head. That's the day my voice went underground. That's the day my scream learned how to sound. Like nothing, like air, like I wasn't there. 3 years old, learning nobody's care. So I grew up thinking pain was normal, that love was loud and homes were mortal. I thought if I could just stand in the way, I could stop the storms, I could make them stay. I tried to save a house that was built on screams, tried to be the shield for everything. I thought if I hurt, maybe they'd be free. So I carried the war inside of me. Every night was a battlefield. Every hug came with some concealed. I was just a child in a burning place, learning how to disappear without a trace. I thought I had power I never had. Thought I could stop my brother, stop my dad. Thought I could stand between fists and walls, like a little body could break their fall. I thought if I took it, they wouldn't fight. So I became the target every night. I became the reason, I became the blame. I became the one absorbing all the pain. Kindergarten wishing I could vanish. Didn't know that, but I knew I couldn't manage. Tried running away, tried hurting myself, just to feel something different than hell. Every trip turned into shadow matches. Every holiday ended in damage. Screams in the car, doors getting slammed. I learned real quick, peace doesn't last. Every dream turned into shattered edges. I did holler bad and didn't damage. Screams in the car, doors getting slammed. I learned real quick, peace doesn't last. Then the truth finally broke through the door. He admitted what he did before, but they still made me go see his face. Made me relive it in every place. Counseling rooms, court case files, telling my story 1,000 times. Every detail, every scar, turned my trauma into evidence cars. And my mama took her anger out on me. Pulled my head, said I'm hard to see. Used my body like a punching bag, but I fought back. I'm not built streets, looking for family and broken things. Then graduation night changed my soul, my body taken, lost control. I stared death in the face that night, saw a killer under flashing lights. I survived, but I never felt safe, just learned how to wear a different face. And year by year it repeated again, another man, another pretend. Cheated on hit, taught to endure, thinking this is what love looks like for sure. Then I met one who almost erased me, choked my breath, said he'd replace me. Knife to my throat, fist in my ribs, dragged my body where no one lives. Graveyard dirt on the back of my head, tire iron cutting off my breath. I remember thinking this is where my story ends now. Oh, yeah. I had a baby with his name on my scars, and the violence followed me into my arms until I saw fear in my daughter's eyes. And I became the kid I used to hide. If I knew then what I know today, I would've grabbed your hand and said, you are not the shield, you are not the sin. You don't have to bleed to make it in. I would've told you it wasn't your job to stop grown men from breaking laws. You were never meant to be brave that way. You were meant to be held, not saved. I survived a house built out of pain, oh, yeah, where love and fear had the same name. Oh, yeah. I was trained to suffer, trained to stay, trained to think I deserve the flames. Every scream still lives in me. Oh, no, yeah. Every night still visits my sleep. Oh, no, yeah. But I'm standing here, I'm still alive. I'm the proof that the broken don't die. This is not a song for sympathy, this is a record of what they did to me. This is for the kids who learn too fast that childhood doesn't always last. I didn't run away, I ran through hell. I didn't get saved, I saved myself. They tried to bury me in my past, but I'm the voice they couldn't cast. This is the house I survived, and I'm still here. I look for love and friendships that vanished when I needed them. Look for it in family who didn't know where I've been. Look for it in strangers who only saw my pain. Let them touch my body but never knew my name. I stayed where I wasn't wanted, called it loyalty. I begged for bare minimum and called it chemistry. I thought love was proving how much I could take, so I kept choosing broken people and calling it fate. I was looking for it everywhere, in every face, every line. I was trying to feel chosen, just to feel alive. I kept giving all my heart away to people who didn't care. I was looking for real love in places that weren't there. I thought love lived in holidays and family around a table, but every gathering fell apart. Nothing was ever stable. Candles lit with tension, smiles hiding the truth. I learned not to expect too much, 'cause hope hurt more than the proof. I kept thinking love would save me, pull me out the dark, but love kept feeling like another way to break my heart. So I kept shrinking myself just to feel like I belong. I kept giving away my worth to people who were wrong. I was looking for I just wanted true, someone who wouldn't disappear when they saw my wounds. I didn't need a savior, I just needed peace. Someone who didn't make me beg just to feel seen. Now I'm learning love isn't chasing, isn't proving I belong. Love isn't constant heartbreak disguised as being strong. Sometimes love is choosing myself, letting broken cycles end. And real love found me the moment I stopped looking for it in there. I wasn't hard to love, I was just looking in the wrong places. I used to wake up already tired, carrying ghosts into the light. Every memory felt like a warning, every silence felt like a fight. I built my strength out of survival, not knowing there was another way. Didn't realize I was allowed to feel okay. I spent so long being on defense, always scanning for the fall. Now I'm learning how to stand still without preparing for the wall. I'm not waiting for disaster, I'm not living in escape. I'm finally in the moment instead of yesterday. I'm learning how to live, not just make it through. Learning how to feel safe in a world that feels new. I don't need to be armored, I don't need to pretend. I'm learning how to live, not just survive again. I used to feel guilty for smiling, like joy was something I didn't deserve, like peace would be taken from me if I let myself feel it first. But now I let the good stay longer, I don't rush to the pain. I let happiness sit in my body without explaining. I don't apologize for healing, I don't explain my growth. I don't chase people who disappear, I stay where I'm chosen most. I'm learning how to live, not just breathe in fear. Learning how to trust calm when it finally appears. I don't need chaos to feel real, I don't need heartbreak to feel deep. I'm learning how to live and finally keep my peace. I didn't lose my edge, I just softened my hands. I didn't forget my story, I just changed how it ends. I carry my past with compassion, not shame, not blame, not regret. I'm not broken anymore, I'm just someone who lived through it. I'm learning how to live with my feet on the ground, learning that love doesn't hurt, it doesn't leave, it doesn't wound. I'm not who I was in the fire, but I honor who I've been. I'm learning how to live, and that's the real win. Not healed, not perfect, just present, and that's enough. Not healed, not perfect, just present. Treats me like I'm safe here, like I'm not hard to keep. Doesn't raise his voice in anger, doesn't disappear for weeks. And somehow that scares me more than anything I've known, because peace feels unfamiliar when chaos was my home. I keep waiting for the ship, for the moment it all breaks. I keep rehearsing goodbyes before anyone leaves. Why do I look for the exit in a room that feels secure? Why do I search for the problem when nothing feels unsure? I'm always bracing for impact, even when I'm finally okay. Why do I look for the exit when love actually stays? I analyze every sentence, every pause in his tone. I convince myself I'm too much, that I'll wake up and be gone. I don't know how to relax into kindness, I don't know how to trust calm. My nervous system still thinks love equals alarm. Why do I look for the exit every time things feel real? Why do I feel guilty for peace, like I didn't learn how I feel? I've survived so many endings, I forgot how beginnings were. Why do I look for the exit when he's not trying to hurt? Maybe healing feels dangerous when pain was predictable. Maybe safety feels fake when trauma was habitual. Now I'm learning how to stay, how to breathe through the fear, learning that not everyone is going to disappear. I don't need to self-destruct just to feel in control. I don't need an exit anymore, I finally feel at home. The hardest part of healing is letting yourself be loved. The hardest part of healing is letting yourself be loved. He said I was difficult, hard to understand, said no one else would ever hold my hand. Turned every argument into my fault, even the silence felt like an assault. He'd break me down and say he needed space, while I was begging just to feel his face. I learned how to whisper instead of speak, learned how to shrink so he wouldn't leave. I kept apologizing for his rage, writing excuses I never erased. I kept confusing control with devotion, chaos with emotion. I thought this was love, but it felt like I was disappearing. I thought this was care, but I was always walking in fear. I kept losing myself to keep him close, trading my worth for a little hope. I thought this was love, but love doesn't make you feel alone. Every promise came with conditions, every touch had hidden intentions. I stopped calling friends, changed my clothes, changed my laugh, changed my tone. I was editing my entire existence just to survive his resistance. He called it passion, I called it pain. He called me crazy, I called it shame. I kept thinking if I looked harder, that isn't love, that's a choice. Now I know love feels steady. Not sharp, not cold, not heavy. Love doesn't punish the truth. Love doesn't need proof. I thought this was love, but I was just surviving abuse. I didn't fail in love. I escaped something I was never loved at all. Everyone says I should be grateful that my kids should be enough, like I'm not allowed to be lonely. If I'm already loved, but I'm still a woman under this armor, still crave being held at night. Still want someone to choose me, not just need me for life. I give everything to everyone, but who pours into me? Who sees the girl under the title, not just the responsibility? I want love too, not just survival. I want someone who sees my heart, not just my title. I want passion, I want softness, I want someone who stays. I want love for me, not just in motherly ways. I miss being desired, not just respected. Miss someone reaching for my hand without feeling obligated. I don't want perfection, I just want real. Someone who doesn't flinch when I say how I feel. I've spent so long being strong, I forgot how to receive. I forgot how to let myself actually believe. I want love too, not just routine. I wanna be someone's person, not just someone's queen. I want laughter in the kitchen, I want kisses in the rain. I want love for me, not just love that feels like pain. I'm tired of pretending that I don't need anything. Even the strongest hearts still wanna be seen. I want love too, and not ashamed. I deserve affection that doesn't come with pain. I can be a mother and a woman, I can hold both truths. I love my kids with everything, but I still want love too. Needing love doesn't make me weak, it makes me human. The first time I heard your heartbeat, something rewired inside my chest. Every fear I ever carried suddenly made sense. I started measuring time differently, started thinking in years instead of days, started seeing myself as someone who finally had something to say. I used to wonder why I stayed alive, now I know exactly why. You gave meaning to my breathing, gave direction to my life. The first time I knew love, it wasn't loud, it wasn't wild. It was quiet in a hospital room, staring at my child. No conditions, no confusion, no fear of being scared. It's choosing someone every single day, even when nothing feels fair. The first time I knew love, it was when I became your home. I didn't find love, I created it. They don't talk about the breathing, how the air feels hard to take. Bending down to tie my shoes feels like a test of what I'm made. Buttons tied, my legs are shaking, standing just to shave my skin. So exhausted but still moving, 'cause I've always pushed within. They say slow down, sit it out now, but I still show up every day. Then I hear that tiny heartbeat and the pain all fades away. Blurry photos, tiny miracles on a screen in shades of gray. Every ache is worth this moment when my whole life shifts this way. I'm a mother, I'm a fighter, I've been, but I don't break. Every scar, every tearfall is a promise that I make. No one sees the weight I carry or the nights I stay awake, but I do it all again, yeah, for the life I helped create. Contractions crashing like a wave now, fire rising, crowning pain. Epidural fading early, still I push through every strain. Pressure dropping, sirens ringing, heartbeats racing, yours and mine. Fear is loud, but I stay steady, 'cause your life is tied to mine. They lay on my shaking chest, and the world just drifts away. In that moment I'm reborn too, that's the start of me this way. But healing isn't soft or gentle, bills don't pause for broken skin. Unpaid leave, another job now, still I show up, still I win. I'm a mother, I'm a fighter, running empty but I stand. Body hurting, mind still willing, giving all in. Miss the moments, work two shifts just to make it through the days. Still I smile when I see you sleeping, that's the price I gladly pay. See the nights and endless crying, diapers stacked against the wall, outgrowing clothes in half a second. Swear you just learned how to crawl. Now you're walking, now you're talking, pride is bursting through my chest. Then you're running through the house now, putting patience to the test. Second birth inducing screaming, natural and tearing through. Didn't dilate, body breaking, still I push for you. Third one breach, emergency lights, blood and prayers that night. Ninja doors and waiting hours just to see you fight. I'm a buy it, but love outweighs the cost. I'd relive every broken moment just to hold what I almost lost. I carried you in tired bones that never learned to rest. Every worry wrapped around you, underneath my chest. They don't tell you love grows heavy before it ever feels light, but I do it all forever just to feel you kick at night. Every fear just fell away the moment that I knew I was breaking and becoming every day for you. I was built with love, not ease. Every tear just proved to me I'm stronger than I ever was, because you needed me. I've been tired since forever, but I've never been alone. Every step you take beside me feels like coming home. Sleepless nights and aching hands, milk that never came. Bills keep stacking, healing slow, but love still feels the same. My clock and bleeding clock got weak, still I kiss your head. Every ounce of who I am is how